Hey there guys, Mike here. Mike's DVDs and Blu-rays collection is back with another episode. And today is a movies I love to rewatch episode. Movies or stars I love to, always come back to. Now today we're going to focus on Lon Chaney Sr. And I kind of went back and watched a few of his movies. They're so interesting. The Todd Browning directed a lot of them and everything. And I hadn't watched any of his movies in a while, so it's always refreshing to come back and watch, to sample them again. Duh. But anyways, before I do that, I want to give a great big shout out to a channel that I've discovered this year. Really, really cool, man. I think the other day I just watched episode after episode of his and stuff. So entertaining. Right now he's doing a month of May, old movies in May and stuff like that. So he's been watching some really good old movies. But the guy I'm going to talk about, his name is Danny B, and his channel, The Trash Dash with Danny B. Great guy. Great channel. Love it. Check that out. I'll put the info down there. He definitely needs more subs. I mean, he's doing good. He's talented. He watches them. He talks about the movies. He kind of keeps it under 8 minutes or something, which I can't do for some reason. But really good. The Trash Stash with Danny B. Danny B. So let's get those Lon Chaney movies rolling, shall we? So the next one, the first one I picked up was, or didn't pick it up, I got it off the shelf. This was from the TCM archives. Now there was a few of these that came out in the mid 2000s. There's a Buster Keaton one I got. There's a Laurel and Hardy one I got. And then there's the Lon Chaney. On this, it has 3 movies. The Ace of Hearts, which is more of a drama. It's more of not quite as, horror-ish what Lon Chaney's famous for. Laugh Clown Laugh, and The Unknown. The Unknown is a very good movie. This is a movie where he's what is it? No legs or no arm? He has no arms, I believe, or he pretends to have no arms. But I'm not going to tell you anything about that. But it's a quick, breezy movie. It's about an hour long. It's silent, of course. It's got Joan Crawford in it, one of her early roles at MGM. It's also got the great documentary Lon Chaney, 1,000 Faces, that was made by Kevin Brownlow. He's probably my all-time favorite documentarian, Kevin Brownlow. Was it Carl Davis and David Gill, Kevin Brownlow? But that's on here. But what's interesting on here also as an added bonus is the famous London After Midnight, one of the most famous lost films of all time. And thank God they took on-set photos to kind of, track how production's coming along. So they would take a lot of photos and stuff, with the script. They would match the script up with photos and stuff to kind of gauge how the production's going and stuff like that. It's pretty common. So since the movie's lost, somebody got the idea, well, hey, let's retell the movie just in photos and music and everything, which, it's not the same, but at least it's something for this movie, for the people that are just mouth-watering to find this movie, which is, I'm one of those. I even have a tattoo of Lon Chaney from London After Midnight. So, but yeah, that's what makes this set really cool, and you can come back to it. It's got some other stuff on there too, but man, a documentary, London After Midnight in photos, The Unknown. That's like 3 major reasons to get it. This one is a Warner Archive DVD made on demand release. Now this is the only talkie that Lon Chaney Sr. ever made. This is from 1930, and it's a remake of The Unholy Three from 1925, which was silent. And Todd Browning directed that. This one was directed by Jack Conway, which is, he was a MGM director at the time. But yeah, the Unholy Three, It's really good. It's got Harry Earls that you might remember from Freaks, the little short midget guy who pretty much stars in Freaks. It's got Lila Lee, which she had an interesting personal life. If you ever look her up, she's really good in this movie, but man, she had a wild ass personal life with all kinds of problems and different things and craziness. Elliot Nugent plays the big guy, and of course you got Lon Chaney. But basically what they do, the typical plot of this is they're criminals, they're hiding out, they got a pet store of all places. Lon Chaney plays an old woman. He dresses up as a grandma type, and he pulls it off excellent. And the small person plays a baby, and he's in a carriage, and he looks, and then the other guy's just like the helper, uncle or something. And then you got the girl that kind of tags along with him, Lila Lee. And it shows all this stuff going on, and it's basically retelling the story. But I think they do it really well. And Lon Chaney really did have a good speaking voice. I think he would have had a long career in Hollywood if he hadn't passed away. But at this time, he was suffering from lung cancer. And unfortunately, I think he would pass away after the release, or maybe before this was actually released and everything. But man, Unholy 3, if you've never seen it, you got to check that out. I recommend either version, the silent or this one. Now, you would think the remake by a different director and stuff like that would be not that great. But it really is good. It's a good early talkie. A great early talkie, actually. This is a Kino Blu-ray that came out a few years ago. And this is a really nice set. It looks really good. The Penalty. This is from Kino Classics. This is from a 35mm archival restoration from the George Eastman house. And in this one, Lon Chaney had to tie his legs back behind him so it looked like he only had stumps at the knee, and he would have this little crutch and stuff. I mean, it's just amazing. It's just amazing, the makeup and the stuff, the physical torture, I guess, that he put himself through to make these characters. It's just fascinating. But yeah, this is pretty cool. I got the one that's got a slipcase. It's got a short documentary by, I can't think of the guy's name, but he shows off his Lon Chaney's makeup case and talks about how he did some of the stuff. It's got a couple of short silent movies that he appeared in early. And it's got a bit, whatever survives, of the 1919 movie The Miracle Man, which, man, that looks like a fascinating movie if they could only find more about it. But yeah, this is a good release from Kino. It's really cool. Try to find the one with the slipcase, because it just really looks good on it. And next up, this is another archive collection. Warner. This is a movie that you don't really hear talk about as much, but man, this has got to be one of my favorite Lon Chaney movies. Directed by Todd Browning at MGM, and 1926, I believe. The Blackbird. And again, this time he's playing two roles. He's playing a bad brother and a good brother. One's a priest that helps, I guess you could say, homeless and people down on the docks and stuff. And then you got, he plays two people, and then he switches to, the bad guy, and it's got all these inventive little scenes and stuff. And of course he's getting around. I'm not sure what was wrong with him in this one. I can't remember it, but really good. The Blackbird. Check this out. I wish this would come out like on a Blu-ray or something, and I don't know, just because the DVR is just, it needs better quality stuff, but it does look good. What you expect from Warner Archive looks good. So The Blackbird. And finally, guys, this was another one that I got some ones off the shelf I hadn't seen in a while. This is from 1928, also directed by Todd Browning, starring also Lupe Velez. I think she went by the Spanish Spitfire or something like that. But anyways, Where East is East. And pretty cool. It kind of reminds me of West of Zanzibar, which is another Lon Chaney film, which was roughly remade in 1932 as Congo with a K. West of Zanzibar, that is. But it's kind of similar. It kind of takes place in this remote jungle type of area and everything. And he's basically he's off in the head in this one. He's not really like he doesn't have a stump or anything like that. But anyways, very good, very interesting. Kind of blows by pretty quick. Surprisingly, what is it? Okay, it's 60. I think it says 66 minutes. I was thinking it was 86 minutes, but yeah, it's an hour. You can get through 2 or 3 Todd Browning movies in a night. With them being a little over an hour. But yeah, Where East is East. You may have not heard of it, but check it out. It's really cool. So there you go, guys. Those are some Lon Chaney movies, Lon Chaney Sr., that I got off the shelf to watch. Always fun late night watching and stuff. I love putting on old Universal monster movies and stuff on late at night. Just great time to watch them and everything. So yeah, let me know your thoughts on Lon Chaney Sr. And about those movies if you know anything about it. Also, don't forget to give me a thumbs up and subscribe. But yeah, definitely check out Lon Chaney Sr. I can't stress it enough. I mean, he's most famous for like The Phantom of the Opera, The Hunchback of Notre Dame. Mainly those two, and it's a shame that he did so many other movies and was so good in them and everything. But check them out. And I will see you guys later. I got some movie watching to do. And take it easy, guys. See you later.